Well, good afternoon, everybody, here at Fire Stables with Phil Fountain and Lisa Gallitz, the winning tandem behind the world champion mare this year, VVM, Another Dream. Lisa, breeder of this horse, first horse from your family's team to win a world championship in hand. Tell me what that means to your family and their legacy.
It's a huge and great day for us. She's a third generation horse born in our backyard. Her grandmother is Simple Dreams, her mother is VVM Dreamkeeper, and she's the first Jake Ryan baby on the ground. So we are really excited. I'm really pleased for my mom today. She's been breeding horses all of her life, and she's really pleased as well. Sorry she couldn't be here, but it means a lot to her. Dreamkeeper and Simple Dreams were two very special horses for her. So
Well, I mean, Dreamkeeper, when she was 3-year-old pleasure driving world champion with.
Elaine Gallitz, yes, yeah.
So the 3-year-old year for that line seems to be going really well. The decision to breed that horse to Jake Ryan, where did that idea come from?
That was actually Harold Angel. So we were back looking for Warchest, actually, and he had seen both horses. And so that was his thought and his vision. So he gets the credit for that one.
Now, Phil, I actually remember you and I talking up right on that paddock stand right there about Harold deciding to breed a horse to Jake Ryan.
Yeah, like Lisa said, he was out looking at Warchest, and he's like, I want to see that Tony horse, typical Harold fashion. And so we showed him Tony, and I said, let me show you this young son of his. And at the end of the day, he said, I think we'd like to breed to that horse. And I said, okay, Tony, I'll get your contract. He said, no, the young one. I said, okay. And this is the end result. So, credit where credit is due. Harold saw something in that colt and put the two of them together, and we're sure glad we did.
Well, yeah, exactly. Now, I mean, obviously, you started Jake Ryan. You have a great history, with that horse and that whole line. Did you ever think that this cross would end up back in your barn?
It's funny how life comes full circle, but it's Jake is a wonderful individual with wonderful parents. Mm-hmm. I know them intimately. That doesn't necessarily mean he would be a great breeding horse. Right. Apparently he will be. He's just a grand animal, and this filly has a wonderful mother. Mm-hmm. Any mare that can win the 3-year-old world pleasure driving ship with an amateur driver, there's something to be said for that. And this mare you can see so many of her heritage in her, from her mother to her father to her grandparents, and going on back. I mean, when I saw her as a baby, I happened to see her as a weanling. Okay. I was on vacation in Palm Springs. I drove up to Las Vegas just to see her. Harold showed her to me, and she was hot, hot, hot. And just full of hair, but you could just tell. And then when she came into the barn as a long 2-year-old, came by her stall, and she came in the night before. That morning I went out to see her, and she came, and I just went by her stall, and she stood there, and she looked at me, and I was like, okay now. Yeah. And I've always referred to her since then. I've always referred to her as statuesque, and it is what describes her. When you stand next to her, she makes you want to stand up straighter.
She couldn't. Well, she couldn't be any more upright herself. I mean, it looks like she could bend her neck backwards like giraffe, and
she can telescope that neck 360 degrees. She has people talk about being double hinged or double jointed. She may be triple jointed. She's that gifted with her head and neck and her legs. I mean, she's gonna be a hell of a performance. They are there. Yeah, absolutely. And the brain is there. I would say that as hot as she is, she will never do anything to hurt herself. Ever. Huh.
That's not a bad combination. Now, she's going to go driving later in the week?
She will. She is not in the Futurity, so we're going to go in the 3-year-old pleasure driving qualifier. Okay. Yep.
And we've seen the pictures and videos under saddle. So I mean, that's coming up here in the next couple of years. But my goodness,
somebody has designs on that, which I can't imagine who that would be. But yeah, and she will be a horse for Lisa under saddle eventually. She will be that horse. Yeah. I have no doubt whatsoever. She will be that horse.
Well, just a great family history here, Lisa. Congratulations, Phil. Great lead today, and congratulations, world champion mare VVM, Another Dream.